Alright, the second part of the notes on section 1.2 on segment length. This time we're going to be talking about segment length when we're dealing with a number line and segment length when we're in the coordinate plane. We'll get the beginnings of that. We'll have to wait for next week for the rest. So, put some numbers on a number line, and then we're going to put some points on the number line and have those points be on a line segment. So the question is, how can we find lengths now that we have a number line that has some points on it, so it has some different segments? So we're going to find the length of AB and BC and CD to start. So all of those are the individual little segments that make up the whole big segment of AD. So we can find AB two different ways, at least. One is just counting, doing the whole caterpillar humps. So AB is going to be 3. We can get it that way, or we can do the math. We can do the absolute value. Because absolute value is the distance from 0, or the distance from one point to another would work too. That's why we subtracted the 0. So absolute value of -3 is 3. So that's a different way to get there. Both ways work. Pick your favorite. We're not just going to find those little ones, we're also going to find the ones that are made up of the little points. BC is 1, CD is 2. Those are all the little individual ones, but then if we look at AC and BD and AD, they're made up of the building blocks of the smaller segments. We can either use segment addition postulate to find AC. Since we know AB and BC, we can add those together, or we could have just counted from A to C. Same thing with BD. Since we know CD and we know BC, we could use segment addition postulate and add 1 plus 2, or we can just count from B to D as 3. And again, same thing with AD. So different ways to get there. Now we're going to deal in the coordinate plane. We're not going to be able to find every length in the coordinate plane yet. We're just going to be doing some things today, finding lengths in the coordinate plane. I'm not going to put numbers on the tick marks. We're going to assume each unit is 1. So we've got one segment there, CD. So we got to think about, could we find that length? Another segment there, AB. Think about, could we find that length? And MN. So we're going to be able to find 2 of those lengths. Which 2 lengths can we find? Well, MN we can find it's 2. We could do the caterpillar humps, or we could subtract. Either way we go, it's 2 units long. MN, again, we could subtract or we could do the caterpillar humps. It's going to be 4. But AB we can't find. We can't just count, and we can't subtract just, the x coordinates or the y coordinates. We're going to need to use the distance formula, and we'll hit that next week. So you should be able to find segments that are what kind? Why were we able to find MN and CD? Because they're either horizontal, so all we have to worry about on that one is subtracting the x coordinates, or vertical. On that one, all we have to worry about is subtracting the y coordinates. When we get to AB, we're going to have to deal with both the x and the y coordinates, so that's a lesson for another day.